From old franchises revisited to all new blockbuster titles. Stay tuned to number 1 to find out which video game is crowned the best of 2018. Number 10. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Some might think it's cheating to put this game on the list because it came out in early December, but hey, a few weeks of playing before 2018 is more than enough to prove that Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is one of the best games of the year, if for no other reason than it actually lived up to the hype that it built up for itself throughout the year. From the moment that it was teased in a Nintendo Direct, gamers knew they wanted it, full stop. And as Nintendo revealed more and more, the game got hyped up to oblivion, and it was all worth it. The roster of 74 characters, and 6 more to arrive over the next year or so, make this one of the biggest fighting game rosters in history, with each one having their own unique abilities and hitboxes. New characters are Inkling, Ridley, Incineroar, the Belmonts, and more. Add new twists to the gameplay that gamers can't get enough of. Throw in the online modes that you'll be playing for hours, a few twists in Classic Mode, and the Adventure Mode World of Light, and you get something that is truly ultimate for the Smash Bros. Franchise. Number 9. Dragon Ball FighterZ. In 2017, during the Xbox press conference at E3, the new Dragon Ball game was shown, and it was initially met with okay response. Why? Because there have been dozens of the Dragon Ball titles. But as the trailer went on, the game was shown to be very different from past titles. Furthermore, it was made by Arc Systems, who made Guilty Gear and BlazBlue. This was Dragon Ball FighterZ. The moment that the trailer ended and was expanded upon in interviews and new trailers, gamers had to have this title. This fresh take on the fighting game genre and the Dragon Ball genre inspired numerous gamers to get it and try it out. And because of the skill of Arc Systems, the game is easy to learn, but difficult to master, ensuring that those who train will be on the top of the leaderboards. Add to that an original storyline that was made by none other than Akira Toriyama, the creator of Dragon Ball, and you get an experience that is pretty hard to top. Number 8. Octopath Traveler. Before we talk about this game, take a moment to like this video and join the Zero to Hero community by using the buttons below. Square Enix is the king of RPGs. There's just no question about it. But this year, they went back to their roots in many ways with a title called Octopath Traveler. For this game embraced the 8-bit, 16-bit eras of the RPGs in terms of visuals, turn-based battles, level up, class systems, and more. But what seems like a simple throwback turned into an incredibly deep RPG experience that many have been praising since its release. Case in point. The game does not have one protagonist, but rather 8, each of whom have their own unique stories, personalities, skills, abilities, and more. You get to pick and choose who you play at virtually any time. And once you have them all, you can pick your all-star team and then build them up so that they can learn the skills and abilities you need to win and make it through each story. The battles are difficult, and you need a strategy to win them. The music is everything that you can hope from an old-school-esque RPG. And the visuals mix 2D and 3D together to create a very unique world. Many have appreciated Octopath Traveler, and the game has been nominated for numerous awards, and justifiably so. Number 7. Monster Hunter World. From old-school RPGs to arguably the biggest RPG of the year, Monster Hunter World was the game that finally helped break the Monster Hunter stereotype in the West, and prove that Capcom's hit franchise could be a hit franchise all over the world. You see, Monster Hunter is one of the biggest things in Japan, but it never really found success in the United States and Europe. But with Monster Hunter World, the games team took notions from previous titles as well as things that Westerners love in their games, and crafted a title that was the best of both worlds and beyond. You still hunt monsters, but it's in a much more connected world. You have a story and characters you interact with, and the grind is still there, but it's not as bad as previous Monster Hunter games were made out to be. Not only is Monster Hunter World one of the best games of the year, but it's also one of the best-selling. For between the Xbox One, PS4, and now the PC versions of the game, the title has sold over 10 million copies. Number 6. Far Cry 5. Ready to join a cult? Oh, sorry. Ready to fight a cult? Far Cry 5 had the Ubisoft team going very far from what they've done before in previous games in the franchise. For now, instead of doing an exotic location, they instead went into the backwoods of America and put you in Hope County, Montana, a place besieged by the Eden's Gate cult, and it's your job to take them down. The fun of Far Cry 5 was in the truly open world that you had. All of Hope County was yours to explore, and you could take down the Eden's Gate cult in whatever manner or fashion you desired. Wanted to go for Father Joseph's seat immediately? Go ahead. Wanted to cripple his network and followers first? By all means. Want to take a specific ally into battle with you? And that ally is a dog? Why not? Aside from the gameplay, Far Cry 5 also stands out because of its visuals. The team at Ubisoft actually went to Montana multiple times and took pictures and videos of various areas so that they could accurately recreate the terrain. That dedication alone deserves praise. Plus, the ending sets up the next game, New Dawn, in a way few expected. And that goes to show that a long-standing franchise sometimes has a few new tricks up its sleeve. Number 5. Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. Okay, so I had to have at least one cute game on the list, and Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee was most definitely that. As the first official core Pokemon game on the Nintendo Switch, Pokemon Let's Go was designed to be a fusion between Pokemon Go and the Pokemon core titles on the handheld, with some additions of course. What players got was a very fun experience that brought them back to the beginnings of the Pokemon world, Kanto. What truly separates Pokemon Let's Go though is the ease and access that it offers to new players. It's very much a casual Pokemon game that definitely embraces the spirit of the core titles. Not to mention, your partner, Pikachu or Eevee, is by your side throughout the journey and they're so darn cute. You're able to dress them up, pet them to show affection, feed them, and even play games with them. It's very much how it would go if you were a real Pokemon trainer, and that's why millions have bought the game. Number 4. Celeste. Indie games used to never get the credit they deserve, but now more and more are rising up to take their place as some of the best games around. And for 2018, that game is Celeste. You play as Madeline, a young girl who wants to climb up a mountain known as Celeste. But as she continues on her journey, she meets many obstacles, including the mountain itself, and a part of herself that is desperately trying to make her stop going up the mountain. There are two things that make Celeste truly amazing. First is the difficulty. This game can be brutal. And just as important, there are many secret levels and challenges for you to find. But also the story is very much about mental health and dealing with the struggles of life that we all face. Madeline is perfectly written and portrayed, and this led to many falling for her as they played it. This in turn earned the game many sales, as well as numerous perfect review scores. It was even nominated for Game of the Year by several reputable sites and organizations. And to think, this was originally made in 4 days at a game jam. Number 3. Red Dead Redemption 2. It's been 84 years. Okay, not really. It's only been 8 years. But it feels like an eternity since Red Dead Redemption came out and proved just how great Rockstar Games was at making non-GTA titles. Red Dead Redemption 2 is a prequel to the first game and shows the wilds and dangers of a world changing from one era to another. The Wild West is gone, and those who are still clinging to that dream of being wild and free are slowly learning that this can happen. You play as Arthur Morgan of the Vertilind gang, who are trying to survive in a world that is trying to take them out. Speaking of the world, Red Dead Redemption 2 has a massive one that is double the size of the original game, which was already pretty big. You're free to roam it at your leisure and enjoy the thousands of people you'll meet along the way, each of whom have their own voice. The freedom continues in regards to how the world perceives you. Will you do things the right way and be an honorable man, or will you be the outlaw that the world believes you to be? In Red Dead Redemption 2, every choice you make, every bullet you fire, it matters. And that's why this game is awesome. Number 2. God of War Ps4. In the PS2 and PS3 era, there was one franchise that wasn't afraid to go full tilt on the violence and visual nature that they were trying to create: God of War. Between the 3 main games and the many spin-offs, players donned the mantle of Kratos, who went from Sparta warrior to unwilling servant to God of War, and then God Slayer of the Greek pantheon. His journey was over, or so we thought. God of War for PS4 made a bold decision to continue Kratos' story, but from a specific point in his life. A life that now had him with a son, Atreus, and a wife that had recently passed. A journey would soon follow to honor his wife's final wish and in the process bond with his son in a way that he never felt he could, and to fight the instincts that made him one of the most feared men on the planet. This bold take on Kratos could have easily backfired, but instead, the team at Santa Monica Studios worked hard to flesh out this new Kratos and make players believe in him. And they did. Not to mention the fighting mechanics were tweaked and refined in such a way that you almost can't believe this is the same franchise. God of War PS4 is a triumph, and if you think otherwise, take it up with Kratos. Number 1. Spider-Man. There was a lot of competition for the top spot on this list, and I could have easily put any of these games, and potentially several others, in this number 1 position. So, why Spider-Man? Why did this web slingers game make it to the top of the list? Well, simply put, this is a game that so many players just have fun with. It may sound odd, because all games are fun, but Spider-Man took things to a whole new level. Ironically, Spider-Man has had good video games in the past, but this one took exploring New York to a new level, especially with the photo mode that everyone loves and loves to abuse. Add to that fight mechanics that make you feel like you are Spider-Man, being able to wear just about every single Spider-Man suit ever created in any medium, and a story that perfectly shows off why Peter Parker is such a relatable guy. And it's hard not to love this game, and to have fun in it. Insomniac Games worked so hard on this title, and the love that this game has gotten from critics and players is well deserved. The only detriment to this game may have been its release date, because it came out after God of War and before Red Dead Redemption 2. But I'm not holding that against it, and when the smoke clears, your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man stands tall. What was your favorite video game of 2018? Let us know in the comments below, and take care.